yourself. Andy, I do hope you're making the right move.
That's a mighty fine offer.
The casting process for the Andy Griffith Show in 1960 was a careful selection of talents that brought the beloved characters to life. Andy Griffith, already well known for his comedic abilities, was a natural choice for the lead role of Sheriff Andy Taylor. The producers wanted a fresh face for the role of Deputy Barney Fife and discovered Don Knotts, who had previously worked with Griffith in the 1958 film No Time for Sergeants. Sheldon Leonard, one of the show's producers, had seen Frances Bavier in several films and knew she was perfect for Aunt Bee. The chemistry between the actors was evident from the start, and their natural camaraderie contributed to the show's success. Ron Howard, who played Opie Taylor, was cast after a series of auditions. His youthful charm and ability to deliver lines made him an ideal choice for the role. The young actor had already gained some experience in show business, appearing in a few films alongside his father, actor Rance Howard. The casting team looked for actors who could embody the small-town charm and humor of the show, and the final cast did not disappoint. Each actor brought their unique touch to the characters, creating a timeless and enduring ensemble. The auditions, chemistry tests, and careful selection of talents resulted in a perfect blend of humor, warmth, and nostalgia that has captivated audiences for generations.
Yeah.
Just imagine meeting you way out here in the wilderness.
Yeah, that's really something. Well, I'll see you.
The directorial vision behind the Andy Griffith Show was largely shaped by its producer, Sheldon Leonard. Leonard's approach to storytelling was characterized by his emphasis on simplicity, authenticity, and heart. He sought to create a wholesome, small-town atmosphere in the show and worked closely with the cast and crew to achieve this. Leonard's creative influences included his own background in acting and producing, as well as the classic films of the 1930s and 1940s. He had a keen eye for visual storytelling and was known for his subtle, understated directing style. He often used long takes and minimal camera movement to allow the characters and their interactions to take center stage. In terms of collaboration, Leonard was deeply involved in the casting process and worked closely with the show's writers to develop the characters and storylines. He encouraged the cast to improvise and bring their own ideas to the table, resulting in a warm, natural on-screen chemistry between the actors. One of the key elements of Leonard's directorial vision was his commitment to authenticity. He insisted on filming on location in California rather than on a soundstage in order to capture the true feel of a small southern town. He also worked with the show's production designer, Hal Royer, to create detailed, realistic sets that reflected the characters' personalities and histories. Overall, Leonard's directorial vision for the Andy Griffith Show was instrumental in creating the show's enduring appeal. His focus on simplicity, authenticity, and heart, combined with his collaborative approach and visual storytelling style, helped to establish the Andy Griffith Show as a classic of American television.
Government house, sir. Malcolm, let's get this straight. I'm able to drive myself. Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
The Andy Griffith Show, a classic TV series that first aired in 1960, offers a simple yet engaging look at life in the small town of Mayberry. The show features a range of well-known actors, including Andy Griffith himself, who plays the wise and affable Sheriff Andy Taylor. Don Knotts also stars as Deputy Barney Fife, bringing humor and levity to the series. Throughout its run, the Andy Griffith Show tackled a variety of themes and storylines, from lighthearted comedic moments to more serious and emotional arcs. There are many surprising and interesting facts about the show that you might not know, so be sure to keep watching this video to learn more. Do you have a favorite character or episode from the Andy Griffith Show? We'd love to hear about your most cherished memory or personal experience related to this classic TV series. Share your stories and memories in the comments below.
Ran off with a traveling man.
Oh, you had our sympathy, Mr. Jackson.
The Andy Griffith Show, a popular 1960s TV series, was filmed primarily on sound stages in Hollywood, California. The set design was meticulously crafted to resemble the small, fictional town of Mayberry, North Carolina. The main location was the Taylor House, home to Sheriff Andy Taylor and his son Opie, which was a detailed construction filled with cozy furnishings and homey touches. In addition to the sound stages, exterior shots were taken at Desilu Studios' backlot, which included a man-made town square and residential areas. The show also utilized nearby outdoor locations, such as the Baldwin Hills area of Los Angeles, to film scenes requiring a more rural setting. Logistical challenges during production included coordinating the schedules of the large, talented cast and managing the complex shooting schedule. To ensure smooth filming, a detailed call sheet was created for each day, outlining the scenes to be shot, actors required, and any necessary props or set adjustments. Notably, The Andy Griffith Show was one of the first TV series to utilize multiple cameras for filming. This innovative technique allowed for greater efficiency, as scenes could be captured from various angles simultaneously, reducing the need for retakes and saving valuable production time. The multi-camera setup also provided a more theatrical feel, allowing for seamless transitions between scenes and a more polished final product.
Well, you might as well forget about that one, because it's not going to happen.
It isn't.
No.
The Andy Griffith Show, a classic television series from the 1960s, has proven to be surprisingly popular among a modern audience, particularly with children. My own kids, aged 5-12, are huge fans of this wholesome and family-friendly show. They are particularly fond of the character Barney, who never fails to make them laugh with his goofy faces and antics. One of the reasons this show has resonated with my family is that it provides a positive portrayal of single fatherhood. The main character, Sheriff Andy Taylor, raises his son Opie with the help of his Aunt Bee, who keeps the house clean and cooks the meals. This depiction is refreshing and shows that single fatherhood can be a fulfilling and rewarding experience. In addition to its positive portrayal of family dynamics, the Andy Griffith Show also offers valuable lessons about responsibility and consequences. In one episode, a young man is arrested for speeding and witnesses Andy telling Opie that he must pay for a neighbor's window he broke out of his allowance. When the young man asks Andy why he didn't just pay for it himself, Andy explains that Opie needs to learn that there are consequences for his actions. Despite being set in a different time, the themes and values presented in the Andy Griffith Show are still relevant today. The show's enduring appeal can be attributed to its timeless portrayal of small-town life, relatable characters, and valuable life lessons. It is a true testament to the power of quality storytelling and the impact it can have on audiences of all ages. In summary, the Andy Griffith Show is a wonderful and wholesome show that has stood the test of time. Its positive portrayal of family dynamics and valuable life lessons make it a must-watch for families today. I would highly recommend giving it a try, even if you're not familiar with the subject matter. You might just find that it becomes a new favorite in your household, as it has in mine.
Well, congratulations, Goober. You've got it made.
The Andy Griffith Show, a popular 1960s television series, effectively used music to complement its narrative and emotional tone. Earl Hagen, the show's musical director, composed the theme song and score. With his extensive background in jazz and composition, Hagen created a memorable and fitting soundtrack. Hagen's compositions for the Andy Griffith Show were often lighthearted and charming, reflecting the small-town setting and wholesome values of the series. He skillfully incorporated elements of bluegrass, folk, and country music to create a distinct and authentic sound. The music not only enhanced the show's warm, inviting atmosphere, but also underscored the characters' emotions and reactions. In an interview, Hagen discussed his approach to scoring the show, stating, "I wanted the music to be a subtle, unspoken character that supported the story without overpowering it." He achieved this by using simple, catchy melodies and avoiding grand orchestral arrangements. The result was a soundtrack that felt organic and closely tied to the characters and their experiences. The show's iconic theme song, The Fishin' Hole, became synonymous with the Andy Griffith Show. Hagen and his co-composer, Herbert Spencer, created the tune in just a few hours. The catchy, lilting melody, played on a whistle and accompanied by guitar and bass, perfectly captured the show's gentle humor and laid-back pacing. In addition to Hagen's original compositions, the Andy Griffith Show also featured an array of folk and popular songs that further enriched the series. These tunes, often performed by characters in the show, added depth and authenticity to the storytelling. The music of the Andy Griffith Show, both its score and soundtrack, played a crucial role in the series' success and enduring popularity. The compositions, while simple, were carefully crafted to enhance the narrative and emotional tone, creating a rich and engaging viewing experience that continues to captivate audiences today.
Show you what a bullet ought to look like. Now there's bullet maintenance.
In April 2000, Don Knotts, known for his role as Barney Fife in the TV series The Andy Griffith Show, made a rare public appearance at the Ray and Sharon Court's Hollywood Collectors show in North Hollywood, California. He was accompanied by his co-star Betty Lynn, who portrayed Thelma Lou. During the event, Knotts sold autographed pictures and his autobiography book, with fans waiting up to an hour and a half to meet him. A recurring gag in the show involved Barney Fife's excitement to share some interesting or surprising news with Andy Taylor. He would ask Andy to guess what he had to say, but Andy would refuse, saying, "Oh, I don't want to guess." Barney would then insistently pester Andy into taking a guess. As soon as Andy started thinking about a guess, Barney would quickly reveal the news he wanted to share, much to Andy's frustration. In 2010, actor Andy Griffith appeared in a series of TV commercials advocating for the health care reform bill proposed by President Barack Obama. However, after receiving hundreds of death threats from opponents of the bill, the commercials were withdrawn.
Oh, no, come in. Oh, I was just checking out some equipment.
One of the most iconic scenes of the Andy Griffith Show is from the episode Opie's Rival in Season 1. Opie, played by Ron Howard, has a crush on a girl, but her boyfriend, Arnold, comes to town and starts causing trouble. In this scene, Andy, played by Andy Griffith, talks to Arnold and teaches him a lesson about respect and kindness. The direction in this scene is simple, yet effective. The camera focuses mainly on Andy and Arnold, highlighting the tension between them. The use of close-ups and medium shots also helps to convey the emotions of the characters. Andy Griffith's performance is outstanding in this scene. His calm and patient demeanor contrasts with the aggressive behavior of Arnold, making his message even more powerful. Griffith's ability to convey a range of emotions through subtle facial expressions and body language is remarkable. Ron Howard's performance is also noteworthy. As Opie watches his father talk to Arnold, Howard's facial expressions show a range of emotion from worry to relief as he sees his father handling the situation. The cinematography in this scene is also impressive. The use of natural lighting and simple sets helps to create a warm and inviting atmosphere, making the audience feel like they are part of the scene. The impact of this scene on the audience is significant. It teaches a valuable lesson about respect and kindness and demonstrates the power of communication and understanding. The scene has also become a classic example of the show's ability to tackle serious issues while maintaining a lighthearted tone. When interviewed about this scene, Andy Griffith said, "It's important to teach kids about respect and kindness, and I think we did that in this episode. I'm proud of how it turned out." Ron Howard also commented on the scene, saying, "Working with Andy was always a pleasure, and this scene was no exception. He had a way of making everything look easy, even when he was tackling difficult subjects."
I forgot to take my razor on the trip.
Well, you know, I like it.
In the Andy Griffith Show, the main character, Andy, often used the Southern phrase "that's a time" as a way of saying good, okay, or that's the right thing to do. This phrase was a part of the show's authentic portrayal of small-town life in Maybury. Jack Dodson, who played the role of Howard Sprague on the show, was the only regular cast member to also appear on Ron Howard's later series, Happy Days. Dodson had a recurring role as Mickey Mouth, the father of Ralph Mouth and husband of Minnie Mouth. The popularity of the Andy Griffith Show was evident in its ratings, as it was one of only 3 shows to end while still at the top of the Nielsen ratings, along with I Love Lucy and Seinfeld. This success speaks to the show's enduring appeal and its ability to connect with audiences.
Can't complain. Yeah.
The Andy Griffith Show, which debuted in 1960, became a beloved television series that resonated with audiences due to its small-town setting, relatable characters, and wholesome humor. The show was set in the fictional town of Mayberry, North Carolina, and revolved around the life of Sheriff Andy Taylor, played by Andy Griffith, and his deputy, Barney Fife, portrayed by Don Knotts. The show's portrayal of small-town life, with its simple pleasures and close-knit community, struck a chord with viewers who were seeking comfort and familiarity in the midst of rapid social change during the 1960s. The show's characters, who were often depicted as kind-hearted and well-meaning, provided positive role models for audiences to look up to. The Andy Griffith Show also had a significant impact on pop culture. The show's catchy theme music, composed by Earl Hagen, became instantly recognizable and remains a classic to this day. The show's characters, such as Sheriff Taylor and Deputy Fife, became cultural icons and have been referenced and parodied in countless other television shows and movies. Moreover, the Andy Griffith Show contributed to discussions on relevant social and cultural themes. The show tackled issues such as race relations, gender roles, and social class in a subtle and nuanced way. For example, the show featured African American characters in non-stereotypical roles, and it challenged traditional gender roles by depicting strong and capable female characters. Overall, The Andy Griffith Show was a groundbreaking television series that resonated with audiences, influenced pop culture, and contributed to important discussions on social and cultural themes. Its enduring legacy continues to inspire and entertain audiences to this day.
Law is the law, and you want justice done, don't you?
Oh, of course, of course.
The biography Andy and Don, The Making of a Friendship, and a classic American TV show provides insight into the relationship between Andy Griffith and Don Knotts. Notably, author Daniel DeVise is the brother-in-law of Don Knotts' third wife, Francie. A change in set design occurs in the show's 6th season, following the departure of Barney Fife's character. The kitchen door in Andy's house, previously located on the same wall as the sink, is now found on the perpendicular wall. In the episode featuring businessman Malcolm Tucker's Sabbath visit to Mayberry, Opie learns a lesson about respecting others' property. He is reprimanded by Andy for plucking horsehairs from Tucker's suit and trading them for a penny run over by a train. This action damages the suit, as the lining of men's traditionally tailored suits often contains horsehair to maintain stiffness and shape. Removing these hairs causes the suit to lose its structural integrity, resulting in a soft appearance.
What were you doing in there in the first place?
We had a baseball in through the window, and when we went in to get...
The Andy Griffith Show, a 1960s television series, received widespread acclaim from both critics and audiences. The show's warm, homespun humor and relatable characters resonated with viewers, making it a mainstay of American television. Critics praised the show for its clever writing and strong performances. In a 1961 review, Time magazine called the Andy Griffith Show the best situation comedy of the new season, highlighting the deft and likable performances of its cast. The show's star, Andy Griffith, was singled out for particular praise, with critics praising his easy charm and natural comic timing. Audiences also embraced the show, with ratings remaining strong throughout its 8-season run. The show's enduring popularity is evident in its continued success in syndication, where it has been a staple for decades. The Andy Griffith Show received several awards and nominations during its time on the air. The show was nominated for 11 Primetime Emmy Awards, including 5 nominations for Andy Griffith as Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series. The show also received a Peabody Award in 1961 for its distinguished and meritorious public service. These accolades are a testament to the hard work and talent of everyone involved in the show, from the writers and producers to the cast and crew. They are a mark of the show's enduring quality and its place as a beloved piece of American television history. The awards and nominations are not just a recognition of the show's success, but also a celebration of the contributions of all those who worked on it, and a reminder of the joy and laughter that it brought to audiences around the world. Richard Crenna, known for his role as Colonel Trotman in the Rambo films, directed episodes of The Andy Griffith Show. On Ron Howard's 9th birthday, He received an 8mm movie camera, lights, and film as a gift from both Andy Griffith and producer Aaron Rubin. As of June 2022, 5 main cast members are still alive: Clint Howard, Ron Howard, Eleanor Donahue, Keith Thibodeau, and Rodney Dillard. However, it's worth noting that some adult actors and child actors who appeared on the show, such as Barbara Eden and Dennis Rush, are also still alive.
10 o'clock at night.
Oh, let him play. Tell him don't officially close down till 10:30.
Well, in that case...
During the filming of the Andy Griffith Show, the tight-knit cast and crew formed a unique bond. Andy Griffith, who played the show's lead, Sheriff Andy Taylor, was known for his pranks on set. He would often play jokes on his co-stars, especially Don Knotts, who played Deputy Barney Fife. In one episode, Knotts had to react to a dummy that was thrown out of a window. Unbeknownst to him, Griffith had replaced the dummy with a real person, causing Knotts to jump in surprise. The show's creator, Sheldon Leonard, was also involved in the production process. He made sure to be present on set during the filming of each episode. Leonard would often offer advice and suggestions to the cast and crew, helping to shape the show's vision. He was known for his attention to detail and would insist on multiple takes to ensure each scene was perfect. Despite the long hours and hard work, the cast and crew of the Andy Griffith Show had a lot of fun on set. They would often play practical jokes on each other and find ways to make the filming process more enjoyable. For example, during the filming of the episode The Pickle Story, the cast and crew spent hours cracking up while filming the scene where Aunt Bee tries to sell her terrible pickles. Another interesting behind-the-scenes fact is that the show's iconic theme song, The Fishin' Hole, was written by Earl Hagen and Herbert Spencer. Hagen, who also composed the music for shows like The Dick Van Dyke Show and I Spy, created the tune in just 15 minutes. The show's producers loved the song, and it became one of the most recognizable theme songs in TV history. Overall, the making of the Andy Griffith Show was a collaborative effort between the cast, crew, and production team. Their hard work, dedication, and sense of humor helped create a beloved TV series that continues to resonate with audiences today.
How's that?
Back there.
Back where?
Back there.
Where?
Andy Griffith had a long-standing professional and personal relationship with his co-star, Ron Howard. This continued even after the cancellation of the Andy Griffith Show in 1960. Howard made a guest appearance on Griffith's show Headmaster in 1970s, and Griffith made a surprise appearance on Saturday Night Live in 1982 when Howard was the host. In the episode Quiet Sam of the Andy Griffith Show, there is a notable detail. Barney can be seen reading an emergency berth's how to book to Andy, with a newspaper called the Mount Airy Times on the table between them. Mount Airy is Griffith's hometown, and the town that many believe inspired the creation of Mayberry. Additionally, according to the book Andy and Don, The Making of a Friendship, and a classic American TV show, Andy Griffith and Aneta Corsaut had an affair while working together on the Andy Griffith Show.
First prize at the county fair.
Really? Well, I can believe that. You know something? I've been all over the...
The Andy Griffith Show, which first aired in 1960, holds a significant place in television history. The show, set in the fictional town of Mayberry, offers a nostalgic and heartwarming portrayal of small-town life in the American South. It has had a lasting impact on future filmmaking and has inspired numerous subsequent works. The series is known for its memorable characters, led by the wise and affable Sheriff Andy Taylor, played by Andy Griffith. The show's talented cast, which also includes Don Knotts as the bumbling Deputy Barney Fife, has left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. Their nuanced performances and comedic timing have influenced many comedians and filmmakers who followed. The Andy Griffith Show's impact extends to its storytelling, which often features gentle humor, poignant moments, and a strong sense of community. The show's emphasis on morality, decency, and the importance of family values has resonated with audiences for generations. Its themes and narrative style have been revisited and reinterpreted in various television shows and movies that followed. Among the works directly inspired by the Andy Griffith Show are the spin-off series Gomer Pyle, USMC, and Mayberry RFD, as well as the television movie Return to Mayberry. The show's influence can also be seen in modern series like Parks and Recreation, which pays homage to the Andy Griffith Show with its small-town setting and focus on community. In conclusion, the Andy Griffith Show has left a lasting legacy in the world of television and film. Its memorable characters, engaging stories, and timeless themes have impacted future filmmaking and inspired numerous subsequent works. The show's wholesome and endearing portrayal of small-town life continues to captivate audiences today.
Clara.
Oh, it'll be so nice to have someone to cook for.
Well, we're looking forward to it, huh?
In the classic TV series The Andy Griffith Show from 1960, the main character, Andy, is seen driving two different Ford models in his on-screen appearances. In the show, he drives a Ford Galaxy, while in the later series Matlock, he is behind the wheel of a Ford Crown Victoria. The character Gomer on the show has a catchphrase, Shazam, which is a reference to the DC Comics character, Captain Marvel. When Gomer's character tells someone to Shazam, he is alluding to the phrase that the young boy Billy Batson uses to transform into the adult superhero Captain Marvel. In the Andy Griffith Show, Barney, another main character, often instructs inmates in the cells to suck in that gut. This phrase is part of Barney's unique and humorous way of communicating with the people he encounters in the show.
You're straight as a die.
Web-footed, red-crested lakeland.
When Don Knotts left the Andy Griffith Show, Jerry Van Dyke was a top choice to replace Barney Fife as a deputy. Van Dyke even wore a deputy's uniform in a fifth season episode, but he opted to star in My Mother, the Car instead. Reflecting on his decision, Van Dyke mentioned that he would have chosen the deputy role if given a second chance. Andy Griffith, known for his role in the show, won a Grammy Award in 1997 for his gospel album, I Love to Tell the Story 25 Timeless Hymns. Ron Howard, who starred as Opie Taylor in the series, is a cricket enthusiast. In 2005, while filming The Da Vinci Code, he attended the final Ashes test match between England and Australia and was seen mingling with Australian players in the dressing room.
Case. Clara called a while ago. She said that her nephew had...
Andy Griffith's upbringing by his housewife mother and carpenter father played a significant role in his journey to acting. His career could have taken a different turn if not for his intense experience in the movie A Face in the Crowd. Griffith's brilliant performance in the film led to other dramatic film roles, but the emotional turmoil he experienced made him vow never to go through that again. As a result, he returned to comedy, which eventually led to the creation of The Andy Griffith Show. During the original network run of the show, the opening credits underwent a slight expansion. After Opie throws a rock into the lake, the camera would shift to a close-up of the water rippling, with the logo of the sponsor's product appearing in the middle. This subtle change in the opening credits was a common practice during that time, and it showcased the sponsor's product to the audience.
The Deputy Fife is locked in the vault. Run over to the filling station and tell him we need an acetylene torch. Harriet, get Sheriff.
Ron Howard, known for his role in the Andy Griffith Show, had a younger brother, Clint Howard, who also appeared in many episodes as the character Leon. Clint's memorable portrayal of the peanut butter and jelly-eating cowboy made him a familiar face to the show's viewers. In 1971, several years after the Andy Griffith Show ended, Ron Howard participated as a contestant on the dating game and ended up choosing Bachelorette #2, Nola Green. This appearance showcased Howard's life beyond his time on the beloved series. The friendship between the show star, Andy Griffith, and actor Dick Van Dyke began in 1954 in New York City. Their bond lasted over 55 years, demonstrating a connection that went beyond their professional lives. These anecdotes provide a glimpse into the lives of the talented individuals who brought the Andy Griffith Show to life.
The young man looks a proper Bobby Dazzler, doesn't he? All dressed up like a dog's dinner.
Ron Howard, known for his role as Opie Taylor in the Andy Griffith Show, has an interesting directing career. He has worked with his younger brother Clint Howard in 16 films, ranging from Grand Theft Auto to The Dilemma 2.
Opie, stockings is something a lady wears.
Opie Taylor, a beloved character from the Andy Griffith Show, was named after Opie Cates, a band leader admired by Andy Griffith and Sheldon Leonard. Actress Frances Bavier, who played Aunt Bee, was known for being reserved around children on set. In one episode, Barney signs into a hotel as Bernard Fife MD, Maybury deputy, highlighting his pride in his deputy role.
Be sure the flue's open.
The what?
The flue.
In the early stages of the Andy Griffith Show, the main character, Andy, employed a housekeeper named Rose before Aunt Bee moved in. Interestingly, George Lindsey, who played the lovable but somewhat slow-witted character Goober, held a bachelor's degree in bioscience and was a science teacher before turning to acting. On the other hand, Don Knotts, who portrayed the bumbling Deputy Barney Fife, came from a challenging family background, with his father suffering from mental health issues and one of his brothers passing away during his teenage years. Despite these hardships, Knotts pursued a successful career in acting and became a beloved figure in the television industry.
What for? Well, for ringing a doorbell.
Barney, you can't arrest him for ringing.
In the second season of the Andy Griffith Show, there are discrepancies regarding the characters' addresses. In episode 18, Jailbreak, Barney tells Mr. Horton that Andy lives at 24 Elm Street, but in episode 24, Aunt Bee's medicine man, Aunt Bee gives Colonel Harvey their address as 332 Maple Road. In season 4, episode 16, Opie starts to burn their address on the house, beginning with a 3, and in season 7, episode 15, Andy tells Dr. Thomas Peterson their address is 14 Maple. Additionally, in 2 second season episodes, Andy Griffith's hand is heavily bandaged. The bandage was due to Griffith breaking his hand by punching a wall. On the show, the injury was explained as Sheriff Taylor hurting his hand while apprehending some criminals. Finally, the show's last season was primarily a setup for Mayberry RFD. This transition is significant in understanding the evolution of the series and its lasting impact on television.
You thinking about buying the place, Howard?
Well, let me answer that. If he knows value, he's...
Frances Bavier, who played Aunt Bee, had a notable dislike for coarse language off camera. She even went as far as hitting George Lindsey, who played Goober, over it. The character Barney, played by Don Knotts, consistently kept his bullet in his left pocket, with the exception of the episode where he prepared to foil a bank robbery. Barney's aunt, Beatrice Taylor, is Andy's aunt and Opie's great-aunt. She opens a Chinese restaurant in the 7th season named Aunt Bee's Canton Palace.
That's official Army nomenclature, is as of now an official part of the Mayberry Sheriff Department's rolling stock.
What?
Andy Griffith met a young actor, Ron Howard, on The Danny Thomas Show in 1953. A year later, Howard was cast as Griffith's son on The Andy Griffith Show, marking the beginning of a 50-year friendship. Denver Pyle, best known for his role as Uncle Jesse Duke on The Dukes of Hazzard, also appeared on the show as Briscoe Darling. Barney Fife, a recurring character on The Andy Griffith Show, becomes intoxicated in 6 episodes due to various circumstances. He unknowingly consumes alcoholic preserves from the Morrison sisters, drinks spiked water meant for the governor, partakes in moonshine as a form of payment, and indulges in hard cider while awaiting a phone call. Fife's intoxication also occurs during celebrations, such as when the Darlings wanted to sign a betrothal agreement between Opie and Andalina, and when he was trying to record why Otis fell in the jail, leading to a lawsuit.
Gets his clothes a little torn and messy.
She sure does kick up a fuss, don't she?
She sure does.
Denver Pyle, known for his role in The Andy Griffith Show, had an interesting connection with his co-star James Best. They first met in the movie The Left-Handed Gun, and later co-starred in The Dukes of Hazzard with Pyle as the sheriff. Ron Howard, who played Opie Taylor in the series, has had a successful directing career. He has directed his wife, Cheryl Howard, in 11 films, including Apollo 13 and The Da Vinci Code. Aunt Bee, played by Frances Bavier, was initially depicted as a charming matron in The Andy Griffith Show. However, in the color era, her character became more brittle, superstitious, and self-delusional. This change in character provided a more complex and nuanced portrayal of small-town life.
Oh, it's no use, Andy. These uniforms are too far gone. Look at this. And the others are even worse.
Andy Griffith holds the distinction of appearing in every episode of The Andy Griffith Show. Interestingly, Alan Melvin, another cast member, had his name used as a character in both the novel and film adaptation of The Manchurian Candidate. In 2012, Andy Griffith passed away at the age of 86, just 5 days before Ernest Borgnine, who lived to be 95. As for Melvin, he also made an impact in the entertainment industry, although not always in the spotlight.
Personally, I've always been partial to Oriental cuisine.
Well, that's fine.
I'm especially fond of those little water chestnuts.
In the 1960 television series The Andy Griffith Show, Deputy Barney Fife has a habit of serenading a waitress named Juanita with a love ballad called Juanita. This song has an interesting backstory, as it was originally composed by Victorian social reformer Caroline Norton, and first sung in a sitcom by Hugh Beaumont's character in Leave It to Beaver. The show also featured a recurring gag involving letters from the Ubacher brothers, who wrote about their prison experiences and sometimes sent gifts from the prison workshop. Each segment would end with Andy and Barney considering a visit to the brothers in prison. Interestingly, the series had an alternate title, Andy of Mayberry, which was common practice in the early years of television. Syndicated reruns would often have different titles to distinguish them from the first run episodes on primetime television. Overall, The Andy Griffith Show provided a mix of humor, music, and recurring gags that kept audiences engaged and entertained.
Your pa does too.
Well, he ain't a bad guy.
Of course he ain't.
Alan Melvin, an actor who later became a regular on Gomer Pyle, USMC, made 8 separate appearances on The Andy Griffith Show, each time playing a different character. Don Knotts, known for his role on the show, disliked being called by his given name of Jesse. In fact, Andy Griffith would often tease him by calling him Jess. Frances Bavier, who played Aunt Bee on the show, was married to Russell Carpenter, a military man. The couple divorced after 5 years due to conflicting career ambitions. Bavier's ex-husband's military background may have contributed to their differing career goals.
Fun?
What do you mean, Barney?
Well, I'll tell you.
Don Knotts, known for his role in The Andy Griffith Show, received a special tribute at the 79th Annual Academy Awards in 2007. A notable detail in the show's opening credits is a nod from Andy to Opie as they walk down a path. Years later, it was discovered that this nod was an unconscious imitation of a gesture his father used to show approval. Nurse Peggy in the show was played by Joanna Moore, who was married to Ryan O'Neal and is the mother of Tatum O'Neal in real life.
Good lawyer if I'd been given an opportunity.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I can always tell when somebody's fibbing. That's the most important thing.
In the 1960s television series, The Andy Griffith Show, various interesting elements can be found. For instance, Josie Lloyd, who played Mayor Pike's daughter in Mayberry Goes Hollywood, appeared in the beauty contest as Josephine, a different character than Juanita, the waitress whom Barney has feelings for. Lloyd also had recurring roles in seasons 3 and 5 as Lydia Crosswaith. Product placement was already a common practice during this time, and The Andy Griffith Show is no exception. The Ford Motor Company provided a new Galaxy 500 every year it was in production. Andy, the main character, is often seen sitting on the porch, in front of the fireplace in the living room, and even in the jail courthouse, relaxing while playing his 1956 Martin D18 guitar. Occasionally, he plays music with the Darling Family, who were played by the bluegrass group, the Dillards. In 2004, Martin Guitars released an Andy Griffith tribute model.
I mean it. Show it to her. It's what she wanted. And then
Denver Pyle, known for playing the last murder victim in the final episode of the original Perry Mason series, also had a recurring role in The Andy Griffith Show as Briscoe Darling. Interestingly, the scripts used for Jack Burns as Deputy Warren Ferguson were initially written for Don Knotts' character, Barney Fife. Hal Smith, who played Mayberry's town drunk. Otis Campbell, in The Andy Griffith Show, reprised his role in Alan Jackson's 1991 music video Don't Rock the Jukebox. These facts demonstrate the versatility and longevity of the actors and their characters, both within the show and beyond.
No more than any other night when I'm going out.
Isn't that a new tie, Andy?
Well, yeah, I just picked up first.
A recurring joke in The Andy Griffith Show is Andy's playful teasing of Barney's obsession with personal habits, which Barney justifies by saying, "My mother was the same way," prompting Andy to reply, "I remember that about your mother." It's interesting to note that Howard McNear, who plays the role of Floyd the Barber, has a grandfather who served in the American Civil War. Another observation is the absence of a visible restroom in the sheriff's office. This detail, while seemingly minor, adds to the show's authenticity and charm. The simplicity of these observations, without the use of elaborate language or flowery descriptions, reflects the straightforward and unassuming nature of the Andy Griffith Show.
Fascinating. It's just fascinating.
George Lindsey, who played the character of Goober in the Andy Griffith Show, appeared in more episodes than his cousin Gomer. The show's character Andy Taylor was recognized as one of the greatest TV dads, ranking 8th in TV Guide's list. In addition, an 11-mile stretch of US Highway 52 in Mount Airy, North Carolina, was rededicated as the Andy Griffith Parkway on October 16, 2002, in honor of the show star.
Yes, you'd be buying oil fields someplace.
How do you know that's not what I'm planning to do?
Despite her warm on-screen presence in the Andy Griffith Show, actress Frances Bavier was often remembered by cast members as difficult and temperamental. Actor Andy Griffith himself noted a certain dislike towards Bavier. Don Knotts, who played Barney Fife on the show, had a close friendship with Griffith off-screen. A book about their relationship, Andy and Don: The Making of a Friendship, and a classic American TV show, was written by Daniel DeVise, who is the brother-in-law of Knott's third wife, Frances Yarbrough. Jim Nabors, who played Gomer Pyle on the show, was honored as the king of the Bacchus Parade at Mardi Gras in New Orleans in 1971. Other celebrities who have received this honor include Kirk Douglas, Charlton Heston, and Will Ferrell. Andy Griffith, best known for his role as Andy Taylor in the Andy Griffith Show, and as the title character in Matlock, experienced a family loss when his mother, Nanny Geneva Nan Nunn Griffith, passed away just 13 days before her 87th birthday on May 13, 1986. In the Andy Griffith Show, George Lindsey's character of Goober appeared far more times than Jim Nabors' more famous character, Gomer. Despite this, both characters brought humor and charm to the show, endearing themselves to audiences. The Andy Griffith Show, which aired from 1960, remains a classic example of family-friendly television, showcasing the talents of its lead actor while also providing a platform for other talented performers like George Lindsey.
Huh? Thanks.
Jim Nabors, known for his role in the Andy Griffith Show, received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1991 for his live theater work. Casting director Fred Roos, who worked on the show's last 2 seasons, was also involved in casting for the film The Godfather in 1972. Actor Howard McNear, who played the character Floyd the Barber, suffered a severe stroke during the show's 3rd year, which affected his left arm and legs. Subsequent episodes showed him in close-ups or sitting down to conceal the effects of the stroke.
He'd want to give up this job, and I'll talk to him for you. And
George Lindsey, known for his role as Goober Pyle on the Andy Griffith Show, had 2 of his close friends, Andy Griffith and Ernest Borgnine, pass away 2 months after him. Initially, Andy Taylor, played by Griffith, had a strong Southern accent in the show's first season, but it became less exaggerated over the 8 seasons. The Quonset huts from Gomer Pyle Esme, a spin-off of the Andy Griffith Show, were situated across from Wally's filling station, requiring creative methods to conceal this fact. The show's crew managed to hide the huts by using strategic camera angles and props. Despite these challenges, the Andy Griffith Show remained a beloved series among its audience.
What'd you say, Flo?
Ron Howard, known for his role in the Andy Griffith Show, was rumored to consider adapting a British novel about abuse into US film. A distinctive 1961 Mercury comet appears throughout the series, set in Maybury. Interestingly, the last 16 episodes of Season 3 have been in the public domain since the 1960s due to a clerical error, including titles like High Noon in Maybury and The Loaded Goat. These episodes are widely available in various conditions and formats, often with different music during the opening and closing credits due to copyrighted theme songs. There is some confusion surrounding Barney Fife's middle name in the Andy Griffith Show. In various episodes, he is referred to as Barnard P. Fife, Milton Fife, and Oliver Fife. However, in the Andy Griffith Show A Plaque for Mayberry, Andy states that Barney's middle name is Oliver, which contradicts the other episodes. The show aired for 8 seasons, and each story in the series would have taken place in Mayberry time about every 12 days or so. This means that if one was to watch the series in real time, a new episode would take place in Mayberry every week and a half. The inconsistency in Barney's middle name is one of the many quirks that make this show endearing to its audience.
About your bursitis.
In the shoulder, man.
Yeah, and the doorbell's bothering him, too.
The doorbell drive me crazy.
Oh, I'm sorry. What have you got?
In the TV show The Andy Griffith Show from 1960, the character Goober was initially introduced as Goober Beasley, but his name was later changed to Goober Pyle. The main character, Sheriff Andy Taylor, was not seen wearing a hat, necktie, or sidearm regularly. However, he did wear them on special occasions or when the situation called for it. Unlike many comedies, this series was filmed on location instead of a soundstage, with laugh tracks added in post-production. Andy Griffith wanted this approach to help the actors focus on their acting and to create a genuine feel for the town of Mayberry. Earl Hagen, the songwriter behind The Fishing Hole, the theme song for The Andy Griffith Show, provided the whistling for the opening credits. Although Andy Griffith recorded a lyric version of the song, it was never aired. In the episode The Rivals, Barney shares that his first crush, Vicky Harms, bit off the end of his snow cone and sucked out all the syrup, revealing his favorite flavor to be raspberry. The original premise of The Andy Griffith Show was for Andy Taylor to hold multiple roles in Mayberry, but Griffith decided it was too unrealistic, limiting Taylor's duties to being the sheriff and justice of the peace, with the latter used sparingly for out-of-town troublemakers.
You had to get involved.
Well, the child needs somebody to turn to. He's over there at Helen's right now.
Denver Pyle, known for his role in The Andy Griffith Show, had his photography skills noticed by John Wayne while working on the Alamo in 1960. Wayne was impressed and arranged for Pyle to be the official set photographer for the picture. The relationship between Andy and Opie in the show was influenced by actor Ron Howard's relationship with his own father, Rance Howard. The characters of Andy and Opie first appeared on The Danny Thomas Show in February 1960, with Frances Bavier playing Harriet Perkins, who would later become Aunt Bee. The show itself debuted in October 1960, produced by Danny Thomas Production Company.
No, thank you.
How about you, Helen? That's good music. I can show you some fancy steps.
In the classic television show, Aunt Bee hails from Morgantown, West Virginia, the same town as co-star Don Knotts' birthplace. Knotts, a graduate of West Virginia University in Morgantown, has been honored with a statue and a street named after him in the town. Jim Nabors, another cast member, was considered a good luck charm by Carol Burnett and made a guest appearance on each season's premiere of The Carol Burnett Show. During the early seasons of the show, an announcer verbally spoke the cast member names in the opening credits. However, in later seasons, the audio credits were replaced with visual displays of the names on the screen.
It sure is. I bet you he can even say rubber baby buggy bumpers 4 times real fast.
But that's an old one, Paul. He can probably...
Andrew Samuel Griffith, commonly known as Andy Griffith, was meticulous about every detail of the scripts for The Andy Griffith Show and Matlock. When Don Knotts left The Andy Griffith Show, the character of Barney was said to have moved to Raleigh, North Carolina, to join their police department. Griffith's dedication to his craft and commitment to the show's storyline were unwavering, making The Andy Griffith Show a beloved classic.
Well, she hadn't decided yet. One of her friends, I guess.
Oh, well, that make it.
In the television series The Andy Griffith Show, which first aired in 1960, 2 nurses named Mary and Peggy worked for the county. Interestingly, the show's main actor, Andy Griffith, had shared the stage with Elvis Presley in the Steve Allen Plymouth show 2 years before, in 1956. The character Thelma Lou, played by Betty Lynn, was Barney Fife's girlfriend. Thelma Lou's last name was revealed as Whitfield in the 6th season in the episode The Return of Barney Fife. This occurred after she married Gerald Whitfield. However, her occupation was never explicitly stated, except that she worked in an office. Regarding Andy Griffith, It's worth noting that he had a significant stage presence even before the show's inception. His appearance with Elvis Presley in the Steve Allen Plymouth Show, which skyrocketed in popularity, is a testament to his early career success.
Great, that's just great.
There's something I want to point out to Aunt B before you give it to her.
Hal Smith, known for his prolific work as a cartoon voice actor, notably for Hanna-Barbera, also appeared on the Brady Bunch as Cartoon King. On the other side, Andy Griffith became a father to Andy Griffith Jr. and Dixie Griffith through adoption with his first wife, Barbara Griffith. The iconic opening scene of the Andy Griffith Show, featuring Myers Lake, is, in reality, the Upper Franklin Reservoir in Franklin Canyon Park, Hollywood Hills of Beverly Hills, Los Angeles, California. This serene location served as a backdrop for several episodes, including Opie and the Bully. In the classic TV series The Andy Griffith Show, a recurring joke involves the main character's surname, Fife, being consistently misspelled in newspapers. Some common misspellings include Fife, Vice, and Fife. Eleanor Donahue, who played the character of Ellie on the show, had a notable connection to another popular series. Her character on The Odd Couple was named Miriam Welby, in homage to Robert Young's Marcus Welby, MD character. This was likely due to the fact that Young played her father in Father Knows Best. The show is also notable for launching the acting careers of Andy Griffith, Don Knotts, and Ron Howard. The program provided a platform for these actors to showcase their talents and establish themselves in the entertainment industry.
You doing feud and shooting or hunt and shoot?
Feud and shooting.
In the show The Andy Griffith Show from 1960, Opie's mother is never mentioned, with her picture in grave absent. Actress Frances Bavier, who played Aunt B, was a devoted Studebaker driver, last owning a 1966 model, which she drove to the studio and later to her home in North Carolina. Everett Sloan, who penned the theme song's lyrics, appeared in one episode as a moonshiner. After Bavier's retirement, her Studebaker was found abandoned with flat tires and a ruined interior. Two fans purchased it for $20,000 despite its condition. In 1959, during a performance of Just Try Rides Again, Andy Griffith and his co-star Dolores Gray showed bravery when a small fire broke out backstage. They continued the scene as if nothing was happening, preventing a potential panic. The audience that night gave them a standing ovation, and the New York City Fire Commissioner awarded them citations for heroism. Griffith played the role of Andy Taylor in The Andy Griffith Show, which first aired in 1960. His character's deputy, Barney Fife, courted several women throughout the series. Thelma Lou appeared in 2 episodes of the first season, but later became Barney's main squeeze. Barney also courted Miss Rosemary, Hilda May, and serenaded the never-seen Juanita in later seasons. Denver Pyle, who played Briscoe Darling in The Andy Griffith Show, had an interesting role in The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. He played Ozzie, Whitehead's father, even though he was 9 years younger than Whitehead in real life. These are just a few highlights of the show's engaging and straightforward storytelling.
Who's talking to you, Andy? Well, you'll have to forgive me, Goober. After all, I'm only a human being.
Hal Smith, who played the town drunk Otis Campbell on The Andy Griffith Show, abstained from alcohol in real life. Don Knotts, known for his role as Barney Fife, had a signature style that was carried over into his movie career, including films like The Ghost and Mr. Chicken. Frances Bavier, who played Aunt B, never married or had children. Despite her on-screen motherly role, she led a private life.
Hitched them, but I just got to studying what might happen after the hitching.
Huh?
Well,
in the first season of The Andy Griffith Show, a character named Bertha Edwards, played by Hope Summers, was introduced. She was later called Clara and referred to her late husband as Mr. Johnson. Eventually, she became known as Clara Edwards. Joanne Moore, who played Andy's girlfriend Peggy in Season 3, was Ryan O'Neill's girlfriend in real life and is the mother of Academy Award winner Tatum O'Neil. The character of Andy Taylor underwent significant changes from the first few seasons to the rest of the series. In the early seasons, Andy was a friendly and calm figure amidst the chaos. However, from season 4 onwards, he became more serious and authoritarian, often expressing anger in difficult situations rather than maintaining his earlier composure.
Opie, how about a chocolate soda?
Well, maybe I'll just have...
In the popular 1960s television series, The Andy Griffith Show, the window in Otis' cell is not consistently placed. In some episodes, it is located in the center of the back wall without glass, while in others, it is on the far right wall with glass. Surprisingly, there is no window in the cell in many instances. The show star, Andy Griffith, had a co-star who was also an accomplished actor. Don Knotts, who played Barney Fife, won a prestigious Joseph Jefferson Award for Best Guest Artist in 1973. The squad car driven by Andy and Barney in the show was a Ford Galaxy. These cars were donated free of charge by a nearby Ford dealer. Whenever a new model came out, it was sent to the studio, and the old one was returned to the dealer, who repainted it and sold it. Throughout the series, 10 different Ford Galaxies were used.
A horse can live off its fat for 7 days.
That's a camel.
I'll be back in a minute.
In the early episodes of The Andy Griffith Show, a small picture of President Woodrow Wilson and preceding presidents could be seen to the right of the cells above the glass-covered shelves. This was later replaced with a poster of presidents up to Dwight D. Eisenhower, published by Woman's Day magazine in 1956. Andy Griffith was offered the lead role in the Western movie HUD, but had to decline due to his television schedule. The role was eventually given to Paul Newman. Although it is widely believed that the fictional town of Mayberry is based on Andy Griffith's hometown of Mount Airy, North Carolina, Griffith has stated otherwise. In one episode, The Andy Griffith Show, A Black Day for Mayberry, the phone book on the sheriff's desk has Mount Airy clearly written on the front cover, posing as a directory of Mayberry. This suggests that the show's creators may have used Mount Airy as a reference, but did not directly base the town on it.
You're probably aware we'll be introducing the fine fistic talents of none other than...
If you have fond memories of the Andy Griffith Show from the 1960s, Anna, we'd love to hear from you. Share your favorite moments or how this classic TV series has stayed with you over the years. Your experiences and perspectives help enrich our appreciation of cinema history. We invite you to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more explorations into the world of classic television and film. Let's keep the conversation going and celebrate the shows that have left a lasting impression on us all. Your engagement and contributions are invaluable to our community. Thank you for being a part of our cinematic journey.
I want all 6.
Well, all right, I just don't want to push nothing on nobody. Excuse me.